And then someone like Pav has said he's put 35 coins in Mbeumo as well. He'll carry attacking line. He's put 5 on Delit, 5 on Mount, 5 on Lemens.
So in your spare time, KG, you've become a bookie, basically. I've got, because that's literally, you've got
I'm doing this. This is my video for the day. Thank you for this. Is that United will get in the top 5 in the Premier League this season. And we're putting 10 on that one. Top 5 this season. We're putting 10 on that
Can I let you know? You will be, when there's court, you must make yourself available. I know I'm going to.
Of course.
I will see you in the stands. You are.
Of course.
This is on NHS level. This is Dr. NHS level. I just want to let you know.
No, it's good. Trust me. Trust me.
The sure one's going to come back.
Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith.
I'm top 5. Our manager's going to get sacked this season.
No. We're good. We're a lot better than you think. Listen, in the preseason, you've been there. I said, I'm backing Luke Shaw this year. I have to. There's just something I feel in the water. He's been fitter than ever. He's playing games.
About that moment.
Well.
You did. Let's talk about that.
I did say that.
You did know. This is what happened. You were bamboozled. You had the media access, and Shaw said, Shaw said to you, well, to us, we've got rid of the criminals.
But I believe him.
Criminals, and everyone here, that's all the stragglers, they're not here anymore. Yep, take it. All the stragglers are not here anymore, and we're going to be professional and this, that, and the other. That's what he said. Yeah? And you believed him. And I'll never forget, because that cold car ride, just like, it was really nice to hear from Shaw and hear how honest he felt about things. And I thought, James has fallen. He's fell for it.
Yeah, look, the frosted tips, the blonde hair, the pretty face, it's got me. I'm in. I said top 5, right? 10 coins on top 5. I think we're going to win the FA Cup again. 5 coins on that.
So this is a really successful season.
I think it's going to be a great season by the end. I think we're going to be really happy. Champions League qualification and a trophy. That's what we're aiming for.
And
that's a success.
Shaw.
And a fit Luke Shaw.
I'm going to read this back to everybody. Yeah. He's gone 15 coins. He's gone 15 coins. Cunha, 10 plus goals.
Yeah, that's fair.
10 coins on Luke Shaw to start 20 games with Man United this season. 5 coins on Dorgu to get 5 assists.
Yes.
10 coins for Man United to finish in the top 5, even though there's so many better teams than us. And then he's got 5 coins for United to win.
Who's better than us? Who's better than us?
Huh?
Who's better than us this season? No. I mean it for seriously. Like, actually, before you say that,
you're not trolling, are you?
Bluntly. No. Before you say that bluntly, based on the first 3 games of the Premier League, who's actually better than us?
Well, theoretically, you would say the teams above us, right?
Well, sure, yeah, we could say theoretically, but we're even on points with like a lot of teams. Right?
Arsenal,
sure.
Liverpool's better than us. Chelsea's better than us.
Sure.
Are Tottenham better than us, KG?
No. Is Tottenham better than us?
No.
Yes, they are. They're beating us all the time. They're better than us.
No.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Absolutely
they are.
Not.
Yes,
Absolutely
they are. Oh, wait, shit. Someone said Grimsby's better than us.
Yeah, that's very true.
No, I'm just saying.
Grimsby with an ineligible player.
I think hold on a second. I think that people started the season off and they've got this assumption, because we're very United-centric in our feelings and the way that we watch football, that we're like shit and things are struggling. But when you actually start to look at every other team in the Premier League, they've been worse. A lot of them have been worse than us. Most of them have been worse than us to start the season off. And I'm going on feelings of this year. The past is dead to me. I don't think about it. It's over. There's no rear view mirror in my car. That's the end of it. Okay.
One second. Are we doing content right now, or are we being serious?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
These statements you stand by, like you
I'm
actually
serious.
believe.
I stand by it. Right now,
KG. His one's. Are Newcastle better than us, KG?
Yes.
How? They've got
they
two.
Are,
they have
they're
1 point.
17th. They're 17th.
0 goals against Aston Villa. 0 goals against who's the other team that they failed to beat in the first and third.
So now remember, we're 3 games.
They got 6 injuries. They lost Isak.
Remember the line when you lot said you can't judge the manager now? It's too soon. Yeah, that still applies. That still applies. to those teams behind
but
us.
of the three games, we've played,
it doesn't work. We don't get to do.
No. I'm doing that. Of the three games we've played,
to sack the manager, we haven't seen enough, and all of a sudden, it's not too soon to say those teams that were better than us last season.
No. I don't think it's too soon to sack the manager. I think you don't sack the manager because we're doing better than most teams in the Premier League after 3 games. That's why you don't sack him, because we're actually performing to a top 5, 6 level right now. Compared to the rest of the league, it's quite weak. I think you actually got to think about that.
Would any of the Premier League teams lose to Grimsby?
I don't care about Grimsby.
We should.
I don't care about Grimsby. I don't care about Grimsby. I don't give a shit about Grimsby. I'm not going to lie. I'm done with Grimsby. It's in the past.
Don't care anymore. Don't care.
All right. So the game that we went life and death with Grimsby, you're deciding it's not important.
No, I don't care.
Owen, you talk to me.
I've been on the show in the grand scheme.
I've let it go because to me, it's like
in the grand scheme of the season, it doesn't mean that much. You know,
it's like you're doing great on a diet every day, and then one day you're having a bad day and you just pound the Doritos and the Coke and everything, and then the next day you're back on the diet. Does that mean your diet is finished, or was it a blip? Everybody is prone to a blip. Everybody's prone to one of those.
What if you had blipped for about 18 months?
No. The past is in the past. Man. Hold on a second. We're talking about weight loss, right?
We're talking to a notorious overeater, and we're going, "Wow, that that day you binged a lot on the food, that was a blip." And you go, "Yeah, but you haven't really lost that much weight on the diet in general, to be honest." You're talking.
It's still a blip. It's still a blip.
It was a blip.
You are an MFer. No, this is.
Imagine you're on Biggest Loser and you get on the scales. You're still 400 pounds. And they go,
let's flip it around.
I slipped up last week. They'll be like, "Look at the size of you. You just slipped
up." Hold on.
I've ever seen from
no. It isn't. It isn't. Let me ask you a serious question. Do you actually think we're worse than Grimsby? Seriously, for a second, do you actually think United are worse than a 4th-tier team? I mean that. Do you actually think that?
They knocked us out of the cup.
Yeah, but do you actually think we got knocked out by York City under Sir Alex? Were we worse than York?
Yeah, that's not
by Sir Alex. We got knocked out by MK Dons under Van Gaal, and were we worse than MK Dons? No, it happens. It's the magic of the cup. I mean, we saw who lost the FA Cup last year?
Man City.
Who lost it? Yeah, to who?
To Crystal Palace.
Is Crystal Palace better than Man City? Are they a better team than Man City? Are they a more successful team? Are they going to finish above them in the league? Does that make City not in the top? Because Palace are 12th. Palace are a 12th place side. Does that mean City are the 13th best team in the Premier League?
All right.
Of course
so
not.
let me wait.
We beat them at our worst.
This is a massive blip that you're talking about. So our first 11, first 11. Yeah, first team, first choice goalkeeper, everything. Kobe, Ugarte, all these players. New striker. Couldn't beat Grimsby. Yeah? They should have won the game 3-0. Really. But they had
the criminal. They had a goalkeeper that wasn't Onana.
How are we
that simple to me?
Guys, they're not criminal. It was a blip. It was a blip of illegality.
And we've replaced the criminal. Look, if Onana was still in goal for us, if we had not signed a keeper, I wouldn't have half of these takes. I'd be betting us finishing the bottom half because we would still have Onana in the net. I think it's that serious for us because it's so bad how it started the year. If you remove Onana mistakes from the equation, if you remove Bayindir mistakes from the equation, we've not been that bad. We really haven't been that bad.
Trey makes the example here. Liverpool lost to Plymouth, KG.
Yeah, last year, right? Or something like that, or 2 years ago.
Is that the one?
It happens.
Are we really doing false equivalences? That's what we're doing here.
Well, I remember KG, you having this pretty much exact same argument with Flex a couple of years ago when we lost to. It was when we drew against Brentford. We played Stormwater. And KG was like, they're better than us, and Flex was like, no, they're not better than us. You know, and this was the whole thing.
Then they proved it in the league.
So it's the same argument, isn't it?
And
just
guess
because
what?
you beat someone, you're better than them on that day, but does that mean you're better than them overall? Basically, is the argument.
Well, guess what? Do you know what? All right, fair enough. This is what we're doing. You have the floor. You guys are right. Grimsby, we're better than Grimsby. In that Grimsby
Obviously, like, come on, man. It's a fourth tier
now,
team.
let's look at the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's look at the Premier League.
All of those teams, are better than us. And the ones that are not, they're gone. They're relegated.
What are you basing
Who's
that
better
on,
than
KG?
us? But why? Why do you say that?
Because of over a whole Premier League season, they managed to get more points than us. All of them.
Not Tottenham.
Tottenham beat us 4 times last season, head to head.
Wait.
So
I thought head to head didn't matter for a second here. No.
So you're basing they're better than us on. What are you basing they're better than us on?
So do you know what? I'm going to say Tottenham are better than us. Let's say Tottenham are better than us because we couldn't beat them no matter how many times we played them. It didn't matter. Yeah.
So until we beat Tottenham, they're better than us.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're our super bogey team. Is that fair?
But didn't we have a better record against Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool than they had against us last season? We knocked Arsenal out of the cup. We didn't lose to them.
We beat City
we
at the
played
Etihad.
well. We beat City at Etihad and drew at home. Are we better than them? They couldn't beat us on 2 occasions last year.
I need to. You lot, we're trolling me in it. Surely.
No. Hold on a second.
I'm asking questions to understand the logic of
What I'm saying with that is that I don't think that means we're better than them, even though we did beat them head to head and had a better record against them than they had against us, which was the same under Solskjaer and people as well. We weren't really better than them, but we did have a better record against some of these teams. Like, there's head to heads in both directions that work. In fact, we were better head to head against the big teams than a lot of the little teams. We were better head to head against the Cities and the Arsenals than we were against the Bournemouths and teams like that. So
I think we're getting very lost in the weeds here. In general, we're very lost.
We finished.
We're lost in
the season.
I'm trying to ask the question, KG, and to James, to try and understand what this criteria is, because we were saying how many teams are better than Manchester United that are currently in the Premier League.
I'm talking about this season.
That's what we were saying. James is saying, based on if you look at the table right now, the table,
which is
where you are is where you deserve to be, though, in terms of the points that you've got or you don't have. Therefore, you can say, as of right now, we're better than these teams. You're saying, KG, basically, depending on last season. Well, James would agree with that by saying they're above us in the league at the moment. Therefore, they're better than us.
We're not better
than Tottenham.
No, they're above us in the table. Arsenal are above us in the table. Yeah.
Not better than Tottenham.
Maybe we'll see. Right now, maybe not. But they just got slapped by Bournemouth at the weekend, like absolutely demolished. They did nothing.
Are we able to say that we could play Bournemouth and not get slapped in the same way?
Like that? Yes, I think we wouldn't be nearly as bad against Bournemouth. I mean, we only have preseason to go off of, so I'm not going to use that as too much of an example. But it was our best game of the preseason. But look. I'm really focused on these first 3 games of the year. I don't think last season matters. Like, because the way I look at it is this: my feelings on certain players. We had Alejandro Garnacho starting up front every game, criminal. We had Onana in net every game, criminal. We've had too many of these guys in there. I can't even compare last season to this season with the players we've got now, with Mbeumo, with Cunha, with we got ourselves within 90 minutes of Champions League football. Were we ever going to get anywhere close to that by focusing on the league? After March onward, we were like 25 points removed from Champions League. We managed to get ourselves within 90 minutes of Champions League.
That's the interesting cutoff point,
James. Do you know what you've done?
Yes.
Do you know what you've done that I've realized? You're too far gone.
No.
You're like, I was THDL.
I believe all of this.
No, I had a thing. I was a thing called THDL, yeah? It was like I was part of the Amarin Defense League. Sorry.
It's not Amarim I'm talking about here. I sat down in Chicago with somebody.
You're missing the glaring obvious. There's some real things happening, and you're attributing some good stuff, saying, "Oh, Amarim did this well, took us to a final."
That's not about Amarim.
Well, Amarim has to be involved. He's the head of the home. So Amarim is.
He's not though.
He's not though. He is. Amarim is running this. Amarim is the guy. Like, he has to. If Amarim picked someone else in that final, like, let's say he started Garnacho, do you reckon we would have had a higher chance of winning? Maybe yes.
No.
So you don't think Garnacho would have had any purpose on that?
When's Garnacho going to score a fucking goal, man? Ask yourself that all season. When's Garnacho going to score a goal in a big moment?
It's bad.
Now, James, is that just Garnacho bias or KG?
No, but how many goals did he score last season?
Yeah, KG, you defending Garnacho?
Now you're going to say he would have scored at a final.
I'm just saying he's more. Well, we saw him come on, and he would look like he was in the game more than anyone else. So I think there would have been a more of a chance to see something from Garnacho than anybody else. We went with Mason. We went with Mason Mount that weren't really ready.
Has Mason Mount been good this season so far?
Mason Mount scored in the last round, though, in the Europa League.
And he scored in the round right before as well. Yeah. All I'm saying is this, right? There's things that Amorim could have done better, but I'll say I sat down with somebody in Chicago, not the manager. I sat down with somebody in Chicago, and I asked them about last season, and they straight up bluntly told me it was a decision made by Amorim and people above him on what they should focus on for the rest of the season. We can't compartmentalize Amorim from the decisions of the club at this point in time because it's not the same club as it used to be. I remember speaking with somebody and said, look, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. If this works, everybody looks great. If this fails, everybody looks really shit because they're all really tied into where we're going under Ruben Amorim.
No, because if this doesn't work, check this out. If this doesn't work, yeah, can we all agree this manager's been backed?
Yes.
Yes, but I don't even see it that way. I don't even see it that way. Like, I don't see the discussion even being the same thing anymore of how we've been talking about managers. And that's not to say Amorim hasn't been given players. Don't get me wrong. Just understand what I'm saying here. I don't think there's a thing as such as backed or not backed because we're not backing managers. We're building a football club.
Add the players to it. He's made these decisions. He's designed this team. There's no excuses. That's how I feel. And maybe
but no excuses for what? That's all my question. What are you expecting? Like, what would you constitute success or failure this year?
Europe,
for him.
And I'll even go
Europa League is okay, right? Like, or conference is okay.
I'll take conference.
We're gonna get it, KG. We're gonna get it, KG. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
He's put his coins on it. He's put his coins on it.
James we're gonna do better than that. We're gonna get it. Listen to me. Like, look, I get what you're saying. Trust me, I do. What I'm saying is, and I know this is hard to understand, and I'm not.
Maybe it's the American accent, but for a second, he's going. Listen, really, trust me. I thought this is getting very Donald Trump. This is getting. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. I'm gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Oh, you're gonna be winning so much. We're gonna be so used to winning. Oh, yeah.
We are gonna be. He's the manager who's on the pitch. He's got to do all of that. He's got to get us into Europe. I have a higher standard for him this season. I think he's failed if he doesn't get us Europa because I think our squad is actually good enough to do that. And I think we should be getting that anyway. So don't get me wrong. I'm not dropping the standards.
If he's beneath these spaces, would you want him gone?
Yeah, because I would think he's not getting enough with this system out of what we have already. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm not letting him off the hook if we don't get good results. I just think we will get good results. But I also understand the squad building aspect. What they don't want to do, and I'm in agreement with this, and it's going to take some time and patience to say, let's go get somebody, and that's our next Anthony.
If Ruben's going to rebuild this team, my thing is 8th would be painful. But if we finish 8th this season, I still allow him to continue the project. Which is like I would allow him if we finish 8th this season. It'll be a horrid. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't think I would.
Not 8th.
I don't think I would because I look at the squad quality and I think.
Oh no, you have to let them continue to build, right? If you're not saying that it takes time and this is a project, then you have to see out this project and see the next phase of this thing, right? If we're looking at this thing like saying, okay, we're trying to reset, like what Marcus Rashford said. He said the club's never restarted before. It's never kind of got into a way of playing. We're now seeing the patterns. So this is the part of Ruben because there's all sides of the Ruben element. Mm-hmm. There is a pattern of play that we're finally seeing. The way we're getting forward, the way we attack the goal and the way we get shots off, we can now see that and understand something's happening. Do we now say, if we finish 8th, rip that all up again and start a new pattern after playing 3 at the back for the last 2 seasons? It'll feel a bit like you're kind of getting close now. Why would you stop here? It'll feel for me like running a marathon and being halfway through and then stopping. You can't stop now.
I think it depends. Yeah. Depending on the context of how you finished. I think that's important. Like if we finished
fall off and we ended up 8th, then that would be different than if we were like getting better, but the league's really competitive, right?
Yeah, or was it like Chelsea under Poch, whereby all season they were bottom half terrible, and then last like 5 or 6 games they won all of them in a row, and you go, oh, bloody hell, actually on the right track here. I think there's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Super chats here from Taryn says, put a subheading under James' name that says, my man's moving mad after 3 games.